All right, everybody. Welcome back to episode 3 of our Conquering the Galaxy. Um, so, there's been little bit of time has happened. A couple things have happened since last time. Um, Number one is the factory. I have gone ahead and done almost all of the research that you can get away with just blue and the red. There's still a couple of them left. I didn't feel like doing all of them. Uh, Basically, what I did was I just set a big queue off, and then I would go do homework or go lift or something, and come back and set up another queue, and then go do something else. It was really simple, really easy. Just to go through a bunch of the things that we got. Better drones, we got our flight engines. So one of the big things that I want to do today is to actually go to the other planets and see what we're working with. We also got vein utilization, which allows us to if you play Factorio or know anything about Factorio, it's basically the mining productivity there, except it also increases your speed. And then we got all the researches here, so we have a lot of stuff to do. But the reason that I did it this way instead of kind of building as we do the research is because there's a lot of alternate recipes that you can get. One of them I think is the enriched graphite. The base recipe is the 2 coal to 1 energetic graphite, but then there's the alternate recipe, which is 2 hydrogen, 1 refined oil makes 1 energetic graphite and 3 hydrogen, and it is far more efficient and a lot better. It also doesn't use coal, so that way we can then end up using coal for power or whatever else we want, and we can use up the backlog of refined oil that we have over here. Between last episode and this episode, I expanded this like 8-fold or whatever it is. There's 8 more machines than there were before. Then I also added 2 more oil refineries here. And as you can see, we are still backed up on oil. And that's part of the reason why the research isn't going as fast as it could be. I just want to show this off. Something that I thought was really cool while I was looking or just sitting around is that it actually shows the cubes in the research lab. Do you see that? So I'm sure if we got the yellow and the purple and the green or whatever, they would all be in there. That would be really, really cool. But to start this episode off, I want to actually, you know what? First, just something really, really simple, real quality of life type dealio is I want to set up a charging station. In case you didn't know, the chargers that they give you can only charge you at like a maximum speed.
You built a wireless power tower, which is suitable with long-distance power transmission caused by its longer connection distance.
Okay. It keeps telling me old things. But in case you didn't know, so each one can only charge you a maximum amount of it. Like it's like a 5 megawatts at a time or something. If you add more, you can get faster recharge rate. And so over time, I think I'm getting like 8 or 6 of these around, and then we'll just charge super, super fast. So in order to go to another planet, it takes a lot of fuel just while you're orbiting the planet, but in transit, it's pretty, you don't use like any power. So I'm just gonna grab some of this refined oil and use it to burn as a fuel source, because we have way too much of it anyways. There we go. No, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, that should be plenty. And so, first planet we want to see. So we are the furthest out. Oh wow, this is really nice. This is really close. I didn't plan this, so this is gonna be really sick. So let's go check out our planet will be eventually our main base. So let's go there.
In the planet view mode,
I don't understand. It keeps telling me these tips. I don't know how to turn it off. So let's try and find this other planet. No idea where it would be. Okay, so we need to go towards the stone. There we go.
In sailing mode, you can control the mecha go to different planets or planetary systems by following the arrows in the space navigation. Hold down the shift key to accelerate, back arrow key to slow down. You can also use the Q, R keys to hold down the right mouse button, dragging to sideward flight.
There we go. So this is gonna be a really short flight. It's only 0.3 AUs, so that should be pretty quick. When we eventually go to the other planet in our system, this one is way over here. I'll probably end up cutting, but right now, I think I'll just let it be so you guys can, so we can have a little chit chat while this goes on, and if it ends up being too long, I'll cut, but it's not that big of a deal. We're not really doing anything on the planet. We're just gonna go look, have fun, scout a little bit maybe. But yeah, so in the tech tree, I think this pauses it. I hope it does. I want to be flying it. So we're just about to get planetary logistics, and when this happens, we'll be able to know for sure whether or not our plan will actually work, or if we'll have to set up yellow signs on our home or our first planet in order to do interplanetary stuff. I'm hoping that we won't have to do that because it would be a pain in the ass. We are flying. I don't want to miss the planet because that would suck. I really hope that we don't have to go to yellow signs because I haven't done the research for it yet. I have. Maybe? It's right here. I haven't gotten to the yellow signs yet. You have to do this hydrogen crystal. It's on the queue. It's next, actually. But if we end up having to do yellow signs, then we will set up yellow signs on our home bay, our first planet, and then we will go from there. But we are almost at our planet. There we go, 2,000 meters. 1,500 meters and dropping rapidly. Alright, so this is a rocky world, if I remember correctly. It's basically going to be a barren wasteland. Not going to be very pretty, but the big thing is it'll be flat. Alright, and there we go. We are now orbiting. So I'm going to land. So we don't use a whole bunch of power. Now, let's look at our planet. It has a lot of copper, and a lot of stone, and a lot of silicon. The resources are mainly towards the poles, which honestly is not that big of a deal. Because of the way I plan on doing this, I essentially plan on having strips. So here, can I get let me get out of here real quick. I'm just trying to build something. So you see the grid it brings up? These main the big green lines that are basically separating the hemispheres, those will basically be imports or exports. And what will happen is we'll have the logistics systems that can bring stuff to the planet going down each 90 degrees on the planet like this. And then in each quarter. So if you look at it from the top will be split in 4 parts, and then each part will be responsible for a separate matrix. If I have counted correctly, we'll have 1 extra spot. 1, 2, 3, there's 5, so there's only 6. So we'll actually end up having 2 extra spots. Those will probably end up being other resource production or whatever. But it's we're either going to set up this planet in that regard, or we're going to basically do the same thing, split it up into 8 different sections, and then have each section dedicated to a certain type of production. So say this quadrant is smelting. So we'll do all of our smelting here. We will import from the other planets, smelt here, and we won't have to worry about changing ratios compared to the minor outputs will just bring in full loads. Don't have to worry about it. And then this one here, we could have the basics. So we can have the gears, the magnetic coils, the circuit board, stuff like that. And then each area could be for its own thing. Can have a basic oil and then an advanced oil and stuff like that. And then one section can be towards all of the science. So like this section can produce all of the science. At least that is my tentative plan for now. I think it'll work as long as we have fuel. We are, wow, that really ate it up. As a tentative plan for now, and as you can see, even though this planet is mostly flat, we will still have to bring some foundations down obnoxiously.
Foundation. A terrain.
I don't care about you. Which is annoying, but it's not that big of a deal because we have plenty. It's a lot easier to fill in these tiny craters than it is to fill in an entire ocean. So I actually been playing. And we'll get a whole bunch of solar panels in order to do this while we're excavating or building the plant. So it's not that big of a deal. So now I want to go see the lava world. See how we're gonna set this our power gen up. And basically just be a massive solar panel. But I thought we would take a look at it because lava worlds also are really interesting because they have all these lava flows and stuff. So I will see you when we touch down on the planet. Alright guys, welcome back. So I made it to the lava world. And as you can see, it is a lava world. There is a lot of lava and there are a lot of rocks. And where's the sun? Sun's somewhere, but yeah. Now you understand why I wanted to make this like a solar power world, because there is absolute to turn this resources on come out. Like look at just the amount of resources on this planet. Kind of insane. So this will be probably our first source of materials besides our homeworld. Well, obviously we'll be in our system first, but this will probably be the biggest one because it has so much iron and copper. Our homeworld is probably supposed to be for coal and oil, and well, this one will be for titanium as well. And our starter mega base world will be for titanium or silicon. I mean, well, yeah. I think this planet looks really, really cool. I love how instead of water rivers, they have lava rivers just going around. It's a really cool concept, I think, instead of just having something like Venus or Mercury in our world, which is basically just, well, Venus is so hot and it has an atmosphere that you can't even see through, effectively making it like a gas giant but with a surface somewhere inside. And Mercury is just so very hot, everything melts. But I think, neither of them have, molten magma with lava on the surface. So, oh, you can see our planet over there, and it's gas giant. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool sight right there. Well, so that was just, I just want to take a look at the planets real quick, and I'm going to fly back to our world, and we're going to test out all of the new, or at least the planetary logistics part of this, and see if we need to do yellow science. So I will see you back on a water world. All right, and we are back. So I finally made it home. That trip took a little bit longer, but it's not that big of a deal. Makes me realize how important the this upgrade is, even though it doesn't actually do anything except allowing us to go faster. It's going to be really important, but we need yellow science for it, so I'm hoping that we don't. I hope that we can at least set up. I don't know. Okay, we did need that for our. Don't do that or that. Just first, let's focus on this, and then we can do the better thruster. And then we can do whatever it was in here I was researching. this. Vertical construction. No. So, um, this is where the fun begins. We need a, no, we don't need that. We need a planetary logistics system. Only enables deliver around its own planet. Fantastic. I would love it if they would have said that. Oh, it does say it here. With that mass. So we definitely need to do yellow science, which is not that big of a deal. We are researching it right now. And so yellow science requires the two types of crystals. So we have this crystal here, which is made from titanium. Is that titanium? And an organic crystal. I believe that's titanium, but there's no titanium on this planet. No. Yeah, it is titanium. So I don't know how we're going. Is there a way to get titanium in here? Not that I'm aware of. So that will be a problem I will have to look up. But so the other half is these organic crystals, which we can either do through organic stuff, but we would have to manually farm them, or we could do it this way, which we will need plastic, refined oil, and water. So that will finally give us a purpose for our refined oil that we have stocked up. And then the other half is the crystals from up here. This crystal smelting. It's this thing, which is a diamond, which is just constructed from the energetic graphite. So we're going to need a lot of energetic graphite, and we're going to need a lot of oil. Now, we can make energetic graphite with oil, or we can use coal. And this line is already moving fairly decently, and this is just provide science. I would prefer to leave that untampered with. So what we'll probably end up doing is going to find another set of oil veins, like these couple right here, these three right here. Or honestly, we'll just move over here. We'll get all of this stuff together to make yellow science with, and then because we have our planetary logistics systems, we'll just transport it around the planet. Now, I would like to make one of these, so I'm going to look for the materials to make it. Although it looks like it requires titanium, which we don't have on this planet, I believe. Yeah, we have no titanium on this planet, so I'll have to go mine some rocks, I guess. There we go, titanium ore. And silicon ore, that's not what I wanted. It requires a lot of stuff. So, I guess we're probably just gonna use a belt for now. But that's okay. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. So where do we need to go? I'm gonna go over here, which is around. Oh, okay. So let's fly over there. And we're gonna start setting up at least the starts of our yellow science. I believe it's right here that we want to get to. Yes. This is where all of the coal and all of the crude oil is. Okay. So first step, do we want to make energetic graphite with coal or with oil? Now, because there is so much coal, I will use at least some of it, at least one of these 4 veins that we have right here, to make some coal, or to make energetic graphite. I think we'll use this one right here first, and then we will kind of use the oil and stuff up there. So let me run a power line over here real quick, and I will see you in just a second. All right, so I have brought a power line over, as well as I stocked up on a bunch of materials that we might need. Um, so let's get this started. We're gonna need, let's do 3 mining machines, at least to start with, to cover this vein. And we'll see how that goes. So this one's gonna be kind of slow, because it's only gonna be like these 5. It's not that big of a deal. Uh, this one here, pretty halfway decent. Maybe. If we come from this side instead. No, I don't think we can get that one. That's okay, we'll get those. And then we will get in here with this guy and get a whole bunch of them. And then I'll make 2 more just for the last 2 nodes, or the last couple of nodes that aren't getting hit. Just so that we're not missing any of them. And then we'll go like, let's get it in here. Can we do that? No, that. That way we're not missing any nodes and they all get eventually. And I'm gonna make sure I have plenty of space. We're gonna send the belts this way. So let's do it.
When putting a conveyor belt, all you need to do is determine the start
I don't know why it continues to tell me the things I already know. So those 2 will combine. We'll just make this one its own, I think. We'll make this one its own because these are both really far. We'll add this one onto there. Like that, like that. Shit. There. So we have a bunch of belts. They're not particularly even, but it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. We put a power thing here.
You have done building the first power transmission
It's
facility.
not the first power transmission facility. Yeah. This is good. Honestly, if I can, I might just end up merging all 3 of these lines into a single blue. Let's see how that works. And if this works, then we're gonna go set up some better belt making, and that will probably be the end of the episode if this works. So let's get rid of these 2. Let's put the coal in here to burn. Why not? And then we'll do that.
Splitter with 4 directions. It can split the passing cargo or balance the cargo on multiple conveyor belts. The
Yes.
splitting speed depends on the conveyor belt speed. Use the
Yes.
tab key.
So we're basically bringing in 3 of those belts and see how well this turns out. Yeah, so we will need probably even the best belts. Although those are really difficult to make. These are actually pretty simple. So, I have no idea how long I've been recording for. That's okay. We'll just stick with the single blue belt for now. I think that'll be good for now. Although I will need to make some more. What was this? And backtracking those, and then I didn't make any assemblers. 5. We'll do 6. Because it's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of production going on over here. So let's do that. We'll get this belt going down this way, all the way to the end. Yeah, there we go. And then assemblers. We got 3 more belts. We're just going to fill this entire thing with assemblers. Pretty much. Production. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. Let's do that, that, and that. Just a minute. Fuck. Right there, Nick. So you will all. Oh, not these smelters, of course. That's okay. We'll need those eventually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, shit.
You built a smelter, which can
Oh
smelt
my
bacon.
god, shut up. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we need more. We need one more. There. And then we'll just get rid of those. Put the coal in here. There we go. And then we need to put these on there. And then you reset to that and copy that. Paste, 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 paste. Power, connection. Now, I don't expect this to be producing very much. So this is 30 a minute times 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. It's 30 times 7 is 210. This is 600 or 6 per second. So 6 times 60 is 360. I believe. So that should be good. I'm just using the whole up here. And then we'll just do this. Those onto there. And there you go. That will probably end up being all the energetic graphic that we need. What I do want to look at is how long that takes 8 seconds. This takes 6, and this takes 3. Oh god, the ratios that are awful. So we'll probably want 5. I want 5 or 6 of those. That should be plenty, I hope. Then we just need to make those into diamonds. Right? Real quick, we just need to make diamonds out of those, at least the first part. See, there's this advanced diamonds, but that's just you mine diamonds, pretty much. So yeah, we just have to. So the way I take it is like these special resources, like the diamonds here, or where's these here? Like you can find a organic crystal ore. I take it. Yeah, see, ore crystal vein is rare. Diamond crystal vein up here is probably rare as well. Not really sure. But, so if you can find those, then it makes your productions far, far simpler. But if you can't, then you can just make them. And we don't really need to put this on the belt. We can honestly just do direct insertion into assemblers. Is that what we made in? Not sure. Where are diamonds made? Titanium crystal. It's going to be a pain. It's in a smelter. So we need another 7 smelters. I guess we could loop this back on itself. Not that big of an issue. Put that in there. There we go. Production. It'll be easy. This way, if, like, say, the end of the line, we're not bringing enough to feed this, the end of the line doesn't end up being useless because it can't keep up with production because this is not getting the resources it needs. Enough with that. So we will just be smelting you into diamonds. that is our very first part of yellow signs. That is half of what we need to get yellow signs right here. Diamonds. Very fancy. There we go. Perfect, beautiful, all the diamonds in the world. We need some power though. We just do that. We can, that's awesome, it's fantastic. Alright, so that's the first part. And I think we will leave this episode here, and next time, by next time, I will have the yellow research finished, and I will at least know how to start it. Because currently I'm just taking a brief glance at we need these titanium crystals, which requires titanium plates and organic crystals. Organic crystals are not fine, are okay, we can make them, but there's no way for us to get titanium on this planet. So I don't know what we're supposed to do, because we can't get interplanetary logistics until we get yellow signs. It might be one of those things where we just gotta go to the other planet, set up a miner and a chest, and I just have to manually fly over there once or twice just to get the right stuff. And if that's the case, it's not that big of a deal. That's what we'll do. But I really hope that's not the case. Let's find a good little spot to end the episode off on. I'm right here where we're mining all the coal. Alright guys, this is the end of the episode, and I will see you next time.